Hey guys, I'm Madden Gaming, and in today's video I will be reacting to we just got a massive leak for Madden 25. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been missing these type of videos. I kind of stayed away from them a little bit. Wasn't sure. I didn't think a lot of people would like them, but I saw this pop up on my notification, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what this is about. Massively? Oh, this gonna be great, man! I can't wait to hop into this. Without further ado though, let's jump right into it.
Something massive just leaked for the upcoming Madden game that's going to be out this summer. Now I assume they're going to call it Madden 25, but the 25th anniversary about 10 years ago, which would have been called Madden 14, they named that Madden 25, so I wonder if they're going to call it Madden 25 again. No one really knows, but I assume they will. But today we got a massive leak, and depending on the kind of player you are going to be thrilled when you hear what I'm going to be telling you, and some other people might not care as much, but I know in my channel here, my audience, this is one of the things that they care about the most. So I'm super excited to make this video. This is probably the #1 complaint overall I have seen over the past 5 years of doing Madden content on this channel. It's certainly in the top 3, so I know people are going to be thrilled. Now, going into Madden 25, we know already that EA is going to be focusing on offline yet again, as they kind of have been doing with adding more stuff to franchise mode, and they've already said that they're going to be looking to build up Superstar mode a lot in the coming years. But along with this is an area that's been lacking really big in Madden, and that's presentation. Now, I'm going to get more specific in a minute when I tell you what leaked today, but presentation includes a lot of things. You know, that's pre-game, post-game, it's halftime shows, it's the little details in the game while you're on the field, on the sideline. Announcers. It's a bunch of different things, and we know this is an area that Madden has been lacking a lot, and we've seen over the years that they're starting to do more in those areas that they neglected for so long. If you compare franchise mode right now to where it was 4 or 5 years ago, is it perfect? Is it everything that we want? No, but they've added a lot or brought a lot back to it over the past 3 to 4 versions of Madden, with adding back minicamp and assistant coaches and skill trees and redoing free agency and scouting and all of that stuff. Now they're working to also build up the career mode with Superstar mode, and presentation is the next focus going forward. Now, one of the biggest things about presentation that has been complained about a lot over the last few years are the announcers. People are sick and tired of the same announce crew, and it's not that anything is wrong particularly with Charles Davis or Brandon Gaudin, it's just that they've been doing it for 8 years and it's gotten repetitive. Well, today we got an absolutely massive leak thanks to my guy Jesse over on Twitter. I have to shout him out because he brought this to my attention. I would have not known about this if he didn't hit me up about it. But Charles Davis was actually on a Cleveland podcast today, which is titled The Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and he dropped some information about the upcoming Madden game, and I'm going to also dive a little deeper on this and tell you where they're probably going. But what he said specifically was that going forward, there's going to be multiple announce crews in Madden. In fact, here's the man himself.
We became those guys who would come in and do that, and this is our 8th year doing it. Now, they're going to expand, Garrett. I don't know if you've seen it, heard it yet. There are going to be multiple announce teams going forward. So that gives you an opportunity to change up who you're listening to.
That's crazy.
I think at this point, a lot of people would say, if I hear Davis's voice one more time, I'm going to do something that's going to get me in trouble.
Now, this is massive news, and I'm going to break it down for you even further based on some other things that I know, because I think I have a kind of an idea of what EA is going to be doing with Madden 25. Hold up, stop right there. If you like money and you know sports, then you've got to be on Underdog Fantasy. Their Pick'em game allows you to choose from a wide variety of player stats, and all you simply have to do is pick higher or lower, and if you know match, you just can't beat it. Now, when Charles Davis said that going forward there would be multiple announce crews, obviously that is music to the ears of a lot of Madden players, whether you play franchise or you just kind of do play now. You want something that's a little bit different, and even Charles Davis himself said that he's heard the complaints. He knows that people are tired of just hearing the same announce crew, and he says he understands that we've been doing it for 8 years.
A lot of people, they just turn it off.
Want something a little fresh. It's not that you have to remove those guys, but just add more onto it so that people can choose which announce crews they want to hear, or it can be for specific games inside of franchise mode when you have primetime games, for example. Now, another thing that Charles Davis said as it pertains to why EA has stuck with him and Gaudin so much over the years, and this is something I've spoken about on this channel as well, is that they're able to go in on Monday and Tuesday Tuesdays and update the commentary throughout the year. So for example, if Dak Prescott's leading the MVP race, at a certain point you'll start hearing them talk about that in Madden when you're playing with the Cowboys, because they go in and they update the commentary so that they have stuff that's in line with what's currently going on. And he said when it came to guys like Jim Nantz and Phil Simms, which were before them, he said those guys are like such bigger names and they have so much going on that they couldn't go in every week and update the commentary like him and Gauden could. And that was one of the reasons EA has stuck by them so much, is because they're able to actually go in and do that.
Plus, for the longest time, we would come in on Monday after a Sunday game, Monday and Tuesday, and put new lines into the game that the player could access on Wednesday, Thursday. Wow. Jim, Phil, they're big time guys. They got a lot going on. I was just a minnow. I had nothing going on.
Now, going forward, knowing that there's going to be more announcers is huge. It's one of the biggest requests for this game, and I've literally seen a ton of people say that they're not buying the game until they update the announcers, because for people that play a lot of this game, if you're listening to those announcers at a certain point, it just gets repetitive and boring when it's been the same people for so many years. Now, in terms of which announce crews are they going to be adding, I mean, there's a ton of great announce teams. I think the biggest one that people would want would be Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. Jim Nantz, as we just talked about, is already familiar with this. He's worked with EA with Madden before, and Tony Romo, I feel like that'd be pretty easy for him. He's such just a natural announcer. That's who a lot of people would like to see.
Yeah, that would be a good one. This also mean
that they're going to be bringing in things like CBS, Fox, and ESPN finally. We know they're going to be using ESPN with the college game that they're dropping this summer, so maybe they're going to start doing that with Madden as well with the announce teams. That would be ideal. Cool. I'm not going to assume they're going to do that in the first year of expanding the announcers, but it could be something they're going to do down the line, which a lot of people would love. Now, I think some of the other ones that you'd like to see, maybe Chris Collinsworth in the game. I believe he's been on Madden before. I want to say that he has, so he's familiar with that. Also, you've got Joe Buck. I
think he was in Madden.
Cool, but I'm honestly saying I don't think that they would be one of the ones that's going to do this. But the one that I think is most likely is probably Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit, and here's why. We already know through leaks that Kirk Herbstreit is pretty much confirmed to be in the college football game that EA is dropping this summer, and he was a part of the college games in the past. He's more than likely going to be one of the announcers
college
for that
commentary
game, and we know
is
presentation is going to be a big deal in that game as well. It's already been said that ESPN is going to be in it. College Game Day is going to be in it. So if they're already going to be using Kirk Herbstreit for commentary in the college game, they're probably going to use him for commentary in Madden as well, because it just makes sense. If you're already going to be working with him, you can kind of double dip there, since he is now an announcer with Amazon Prime for the NFL games that come on Thursday. So you're going to be able to double dip. If you're already working with them, you can have him also recording lines for Madden.
I think the Amazon Prime cast is so underrated in my opinion.
He was an announcer in Madden as well. So maybe you get him to revisit that and work with Madden again, which would be cool. They may even go as far as to do some sideline reporters. That's something a lot of people have asked about. We know that 2K does it. If they're going to be expanding announce crews and giving you that freedom to choose the different announce teams or have them for primetime games, maybe they're going to also go that extra step and include sideline reporters as well. But I want to say Kirk Herbstreit for sure should be the one to look out for, just based on the fact that he's already going to be working with EA. It just makes too much sense, since he also now does commentary in the NFL. Now, speaking of that college game, we've been getting a ton of leaks and information about that lately as well.
This was massive. Pause. New expanded commentary group. I know so many people have been asking for it. Even me, myself. I kind of been like, all right, it'd be great to expand. I just ain't know how it will happen. Cause like they said, it's the time thing. Not everybody can get in on Monday and Tuesday and record different lines and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's one of those, you want to do it, but at the same time, how can you do it? And if Madden 25 does include that and sideline reporters, which is something I never thought of for some odd reason, even though I used to play 2K, had the sideline reporters and stuff. I don't know why I never thought of it, but that would be so cool, especially for the franchise modes. Not face of the franchise. What is it called now? Superstar mode. That would be so cool. Or after the game, the press conference. Oh my goodness. And one request I do got for Madden 25, if EA is watching this, the Super Bowl celebration. Bring back the old Madden. I mean, you ain't got to bring back the old Madden 11 Super Bowl presentation, but something very similar to that, when you got to meet the president in. They showed the pictures of your team meeting the president. They had the truck on the field. Like, if you guys did not play Madden 11, just go on YouTube right now and search up the celebrations Super Bowl win. Like, that right there was so fulfilling in my opinion growing up. Like, I was anticipating, if I don't win the Super Bowl, it was a bad night for your boy. Not gonna lie to you. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Once again, shout out to Eric Rayweather, man. Shout out to you, man. Always keeping me up to date with the Madden news and the college football news. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.